Welcome back, everyone, to the 2008 IHSAA Boys Basketball Tournament Pairing Show. I'm Bob Lovell, joined by Pat McKee. We now go to the 4A North matchups. Sectional number 1 at East Chicago Central on Tuesday night. Munster plays Highland. Game number 1 on Wednesday night. Lowell will play Hammond Morton, followed by Lake Central and Gary Westside. The defending champions, East Chicago Central, they're ranked number 8, will play Friday night, semifinal game number 1, taking on the winner of the Munster-Highland matchup. Sectional number 2 at Michigan City. On Tuesday night, game number 1, Valparaiso plays LaPorte, followed by Portage taking on Hobart. Game number 1 on Wednesday night, Michigan City will play Crown Point. Game number 2 Wednesday night at Michigan City, number 5 Chesterton plays number 16 Merrillville. Chesterton and Merrillville split their 2 meetings. Chesterton won 67-54 on December the 1st, and Merrillville won 60-54 on February the 7th. At sectional number 3 at South Bend Clay, South Bend Riley plays Mishawaka in game 1 on Tuesday night, followed by Penn and South Bend Adams. The winners will meet Friday night. The second game of the semifinals on Friday at sectional 3 features South Bend Washington and South Bend Clay. At sectional number 4, Elkhart Central, the host. Game 1 on Tuesday, Goshen plays Concord, followed by Northridge and Elkhart Central. Warsaw will play Elkhart Memorial in the second game of the semifinals on Friday night. Sectional number 5 at DeKalb, Carroll of Fort Wayne plays Fort Wayne Northrop on Tuesday night. The winner will play East Noble in the second game of the semifinals Friday night. Game 1 of the semis at sectional 5 features DeKalb and Fort Wayne Snyder. At sectional number 6, the Marion is the host. Number 10, Fort Wayne Southside plays Fort Wayne North on Tuesday night, game number 1, followed by number 7, Marion taking on Homestead. Those winners will play Friday night in game number 1. The second game of the semifinals at sectional 6 features Huntington North and Jay County. Sectional 7, Lafayette Jefferson the host. Lafayette Jeff, number 3, taking on Logansport in Tuesday night action. Jeff beat Logansport 76-42 on December the 21st. The winner of that game plays Harrison of West Lafayette in the second game of the semifinals on Friday. They will follow the McCutcheon-Kokomo matchup at sectional number 7. And at sectional number 8, game 1 on Tuesday night, Muncie Central plays Pendleton Heights, followed by Anderson and Richmond. The first game on Wednesday night features Newcastle and Anderson Highland. The second game pits Greenfield Central and Connorsville. Pat McKee, if you're the defending champs at East Chicago Central, you're in the bye on Friday night, and things in terms of the draw seem to have gone your way, quite frankly.
That's one of the few cases, it seems, where we have the teams split up the way you might seed them if we were doing such a thing. But back to sectionals 2, 3, and 5, we have the best 2 teams, at least on paper.
Well, you'll love the Chesterton-Merrillville matchup.
Well,
how about that one?
That's my point. I mean, you know, we've got the so-called best 2 teams in groupings playing each other in the first games of the tournament, at least 3 of the northern sectionals.
Well, but you look at the season that they've had. Chesterton has been, Zach Novak's had a great year, and they've been in the top 10 most of the year. Jim East continues to do his magic at Merrillville. This team is getting better and better. And as we mentioned earlier, they split earlier. Sectional number 3, South Bend South Bend Clay, the host. Here's one of those sectionals, Pat. Everybody in sectional number 3 has a winning record except Mishawaka, and they're right at the 500 mark.
Right, they're 9-10, and competitive grouping, and of course that's what we've come to see in these large school sectionals because they're all good programs.
Sectional 4 at Elkhart Central, much the same way, 4 teams with winning records there. Sectional number 5 at DeKalb, you have to, you like the DeKalb and Snyder teams. They seem to have the best records coming in, but we know then they're matched up, as you talk about, in the first game on Friday night in the semifinals.
It just seems to be happening tonight over and over and over.
And if sectional 6, the seeds hold true, you'd see number 10, Southside of Fort Wayne taking on Marion in the semis on Friday night. And we know, obviously, that the seeds oftentimes don't hold true.
Well, and Jay County might be in a position there to pull a mild surprise because they've had a good season as well. And if everybody gets so focused on the Southside Marion game, maybe Jay County could sneak through.
How about sectional 8, though, at Newcastle? You've got some of the more storied programs around the state. 6 of those schools have winning records That's hard to handicap because you talk about evenly balanced. They may be as balanced as any sectional in the state.
Well, I'll put my money on Newcastle right now, at least to get to the final, if not win the thing. Muncie Central and Anderson clearly would be favorites as well, but Newcastle, I think, got the best of the draws there.
Coming up, 4A South pairings, and then we will have wrapped up the matchups coming up for the upcoming boys sectionals and the state championship, and we'll be back with more of the IHSAA Boys Basketball Tournament Pairing Show, broadcasting live from the IHSASports.org headquarters in downtown Indianapolis. You're listening to the IHSAA Methodist Sports Medicine Championship Radio Network. Welcome back, everyone. We wrap up the pairings for the 2008 IHSAA Boys Basketball Tournament. 4A South matchups. We begin with sectional number 9 at Carmel on Tuesday night. Game number 1. Number 2 Carmel takes on Zionsville. Carmel won at Zionsville 54-48 on the 2nd of February. The second game on Tuesday night features Westfield and Hamilton Southeastern. Those winners will play Friday night game 1 of the semifinals, followed by Fishers taking on Noblesville. Sectional number 10 at Warren Central, and we need to explain sectional number 10 at Warren Central because in these first-round ball games, these games will be played at the sites of those particular schools. So in these schools, game number 1 will be played Tuesday, February the 6th. Games 2 and 3 will be played on Wednesday, and we'll walk you through this. The first game, number 6, Indianapolis Cathedral, will play at Warren Central on Tuesday night. On Wednesday night, number 13, the Indianapolis Broad Ripple will be at Indianapolis Arlington. And also on Wednesday night, Lawrence Central will be at North Central. On Friday nights, these games will be at Warren Central. The winner of the Cathedral-Warren Central matchup will take on number 9, Lawrence North. And then the other winners from Wednesday night will play one another in the semifinal matchup. On sectional number 11 at Perry Meridian, Tuesday night, Perry Meridian plays Center Grove. Game number 1 on Wednesday features Whiteland and Franklin Community, followed by Greenwood and Franklin Central. Those winners will play game number 2 on Friday. The first semifinal matchup Friday night at Perry Meridian features Southport taking on the Perry Meridian Center Grove winner. Sectional number 12 at Brownsburg. On Tuesday night, Ben Davis takes on number 11 Brownsburg. Brownsburg beat Ben Davis 76-57 on January the 15th. Wednesday night, game 1, Avon takes on Decatur Central, followed by Indianapolis Manual and Arsenal Technical. Pike will play game 1 on Friday in the semifinals against the Ben Davis Brownsburg winner. Sectional number 13 at Martinsville. Game 1 on Tuesday night, number 13 Plainfield takes on number 12 Terre Haute South, followed by the Terre Haute North Martinsville matchup. Those winners will play Friday night. And the second game of semifinal Friday at Martinsville features Mooresville and Northview. Sectional 14 at Columbus North, Tuesday night. Number 4 Bloomington South takes on number 15 East Central. The winner will play Columbus North game 2 on Friday night. Game 1 on the semifinals at Sectional 14 features Columbus East and Bloomington North. Sectional 15 at Seymour. Game 1 on Tuesday night, Jeffersonville plays Floyd Central, followed by Seymour and Jennings County. Those winners will play game 1 on Friday. And the second game of the semis on Friday night at Seymour, number 1 New Albany takes on Bedford North Lawrence. New Albany beat BNL 75-50 last Friday night. Sectional number 16 at Castle. There are 5 teams. Evansville Wrights takes on Evansville North Tuesday night. The winner plays Castle, game 2 on Friday. Game 1 on Friday night, Evansville Harrison plays Evansville Central. And, Pat, start with sectional number 10 if we can. As we mentioned, there will be some home games played on those first-round games, but Cathedral plays at Warren Central, and if they win that, they get a chance to play Lawrence North. And so I'm sure Scott Hicks and Scott Hetty and their teams are thinking right now, no one did them any favors. It's one of those got to win 3 and got to win 3 tough ball games to get to the to win a championship in sectional number 10.